Already heard about how Australia risks falling behind when it comes to getting COVID treatment drugs, and doctors and scientists are also worried we could be missing out on some other medical breakthroughs. Cell and gene therapy is a field that's still proving itself, but experts say the potential to treat and even cure a range of rare diseases means it's something the government should urgently invest in. Catherine Gregory reports.
Dementia is a disease we often think only affects the elderly, but as Megan Donnell has experienced firsthand, it can also affect children, like her two kids.
Both born seemingly healthy, and they began to show some very minor developmental delays in the early years. We eventually received a diagnosis. They're now 10 and 12, and they are definitely very impacted.
Megan Donnell, who is now CEO of the Childhood Dementia Initiative, says thousands of Australian children are suffering from this disease. It has no known treatment and causes slow, painful deaths.
I don't think you can really comprehend what it's like to be delivered a diagnosis like that.
But she says one glimmer of hope for families like hers is cell and gene therapy technology. It's still an emerging area of medical science, but the therapy aims to fix diseases at the source by either transferring live cells or altering and replacing problem genes, like those which cause childhood dementia. It's also used for other rare genetic disorders, such as spinal muscular atrophy, cystic fibrosis, inherited blindness, as well as some rare cancers, conditions which so far have little hope of treatment or a cure.
But the challenge our communities always face is that these conditions are also individually rare, and historically there's been very limited investment into therapies.
Megan Donnell is part of a group of patients, medical professionals and scientists who are urging the federal government to invest more in cell and gene therapy. They say it could benefit millions of Australians living with rare diseases. Also in that group is Adam Jaffe, a professor of paediatrics at the University of New South Wales.
If we don't position ourselves in Australia for the future, we really won't be able to enhance the opportunity that cell and gene therapy will bring to these diseases.
Europe, the UK and America are ahead of Australia in this field. Professor Jaffe is behind a report commissioned by Novartis Australia that's being delivered to Canberra today, which outlines ways for Australia to not fall behind.
We've made 7 recommendations that will help the regulatory process.
There are challenges in getting this field off the ground. It's expensive, targets small parts of the population, and is also very new with limited evidence of long-term outcomes. Tiffany Bortwood, the Managing Director of Australian Genomics, says it also needs public support.
These are new and really disruptive ways of managing people's health, and I think the public has every right to express sort of concern about manipulation of genetic material.
Tiffany Bortwood, the Managing Director of Australian Genomics, ending that report by Catherine Gregory.